I'm gonna go ahead and call this meeting to order. The Shelby County Supervisors, July 16th, 2024. Does anybody have any conflict of interest, you guys, on the agenda today?
None.
Okay. Any corrections, changes to the agenda, Mark?
No.
Do I have a motion to approve the agenda as presented?
Second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. Approval of the previous minutes for the previous meeting. Had a chance to look that over. Do I have a motion to approve the minutes as presented?
Motion. Second.
Motion by Bryce, second by Charlie. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried. And then we move on to claims. Any questions on the claims for the month?
And none.
Okay, motion to approve the claims as presented.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Open bids for the county annex building. We did receive one bid. Correct, Mark?
Yes.
Okay. This time I will open that bid. Is a check included for the 10%? Shelby County Board of Supervisors, I submit the following bid for the purchase of the county annex building located at 1006 8th Street. Purchase price of $215,500 with the included 10% of $21,550 accompanying the bid. The bid is contingent that Shelby County can and will convey mechanical title under Iowa code to the owner. Monty Brockelman. I'm going to give this to Marcus. And we should be able to do what he requests, correct?
Yeah, I mean, it's a quick claim deed, so he'll have to check, make sure that there aren't any issues with the title, but I don't know why there would be.
Okay.
Right.
Okay.
And I did find two abstracts, Marcus.
Oh, you did?
An old one, the original dated 1930, I believe it was, and the second one was started,
$15,500.
the first thing was 34 or 36, something like
Do
that.
you want to take this and just email a copy to me?
Okay,
You should probably have it.
I'd be happy to.
Yeah. Okay. If you guys have any questions, I know Mark, he'd seen the building, given a tour. We had disclosed that we had a small water leak that has been since then fixed. So we should be good to go, correct?
Yeah.
Okay?
Want me to take that check, and I'll
Yep. Are you guys good with
get it
everything?
deposited?
Any other questions?
None.
Then I would like a motion to accept the bid from Monty Brockelman for $215,500.
Motion. Second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. Any other questions?
Nope.
Those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. And that will be put in our capital account as part of our budget for this year, correct?
Yes,
Okay.
that's my intentions.
Okay. Thank you. Thanks to Monty Brockelman for submitting the bid. Geraldine Greer, recorder report. Good morning.
Morning.
Everything good at the recorder's office today?
Everything's good,
Awesome.
every day. Okay. There you go.
Thank you.
And as you can see that we are almost perfectly even from what we did this period last year. With a little bit of difference in each category, but we come out almost even, just a little bit above last year, the same period. So all looks good, it's all staying steady. So nothing major there. Just a couple updates on the DNR. They have, since the region's deer herd population levels have fallen in recent years, the DNR's changed gun one season to buck-only harvest. So it's now you cannot choose any deer, it's just a buck one only harvest. And I know it's been that way in some other counties, but now Shelby County is also included in that. I'm sure we won't have any antlerless as well because we haven't had that now for a few years. So that's one difference that the DNR has made.
Is that for all seasons and archery?
Just gun one season.
Gun one season.
Yes. August 15th, deer tags go on sale. And on September 21st is the youth season starts, but you have to have your youth license before September 15th. If you do not have it, you don't get in on the youth season. If you do have your youth season license, then if they don't fulfill it during the youth season, they can fulfill it during any other season. So they just have to remember to have that license before September 21st. They start September 15th, we can start renewing the ORVs, ORMs, ATVs, and all of that. They can start renewing that. They all expire the end of December. So we can start renewing then. Snowmobile, you used to have to buy a permit with your snowmobile registration. They have changed that and you no longer buy a permit, but they've also increased the price of your registration kind of to include that. So you only have one decal or one sticker on your snowmobile, but the price is now going to be $33.50 to register a snowmobile. And other than that, our modernization project is going along very well. They are now to the point of trying to prepare the bill that will go, and hopefully they will present that in August and then go forward with that. If anybody does not understand what we do in our office, I come by anytime so we can explain everything that we do, because that way you'll be better educated on when the legislators and stuff talk to you about it, you'll know what we do so that you can help us along with this project. So,
Do you have any legislators willing to draft and endorse a support a bill?
our legislative committee, yes, has talked to, and I couldn't give you the names
Okay,
right
as long as you
now,
have somebody.
but yes,
Okay.
yeah, we do. So hopefully it will, and there's a lot of different components to this. But like I say, if you really want to understand it, come to our office and we can explain it all to you, and so you know what's going on with that.
You're doing the right way too, because legislators don't like to be surprised. And so you're giving them a lot of information to use and they're all receiving the same information. So
Yes.
You're doing the
Yeah,
right
so
correct
hopefully,
Yeah.
hopefully when it comes to it, they all kind of know what's going on, and every recorder's supposed to be talking to their
Very
legislators so
important,
that they can explain it, so.
Okay.
Thanks for putting in the time on
Yeah.
that.
Yeah,
It's extra
absolutely.
duties.
It's been very interesting. So that's about all I have. Any questions?
Nope.
No, thanks for what you do.
Thanks.
Thank you.
Good job.
Treasurer's report. Is Carolyn
Yeah.
here?
Yeah, she was gone yesterday too, so I
Okay.
don't know what's,
Well, if she happens to show up here,
yeah.
I'll move her in there, so we'll just move on to the next one. Alex Londo, updating and approval of county plans. Morning, sir.
Morning. Morning.
And the treasurer does have a semi-annual report, so it isn't that it isn't important.
Right.
So I'm sure something's going on.
Yep.
So,
What's it with you today?
that's good. It's not 100 degrees and it's not raining, so I'm good. So I sent them to Mark, and I also believe I sent them to you guys a while back. It's a couple hundred pages of different plans and things that I've been working on, aside from everything else. But the first one is the basic plan. So we have just a county basic plan that's due to update every 5 years. And it just says how we recover from disasters and not recover, excuse me, how we respond to disasters, and kind of gives county type demographics and things like that. So really the only update to it, I had to take out the Harlan Police Department since Harlan now contracts with the Sheriff's Office, and then we had new census data available, so I was able to put that in there. And then The last time this was updated was in 2019, before COVID, and now infectious disease has a much higher priority in a lot of people's plans, so we added that in there. It's something we have to respond to. Hopefully not, but it's definitely a higher priority. So that's really it with the basic plan, if anybody has any questions on that one.
You've had a couple meetings on it that
Yeah,
attended.
Yep, the commission approved it earlier this month, last month, excuse me, in June. And then we always have the board of supervisors adopt it as well. And it'll be due again in the next 5 years, so.
Okay.
The other one is the debris management plan. So with the tornado, we realized we don't have a debris management plan that we follow. So I'd like to say I wrote it myself, but I didn't have time with everything else. So I used a lot of other people's plans and came up with one that worked for the county. And it basically just brings in people like the engineer and anybody else who would have anything to do with debris, and talks about how we can section that off and maybe work a little better to manage something. Mayors, and yeah. Because like I've said, since April 26th, if we had had a town gotten hit, there's no, the farmsteads work hard enough, but what are we gonna do with the town's worth of debris? So, the goal is to have you guys approve it at the board of supervisors, and then I'll go around to each town in the county and have them approve it as well, so that we can all follow the same thing.
Then, well, that was one of the questions I had looking at the plan. Will this be something that will then get enacted and with some deadlines, so they need to come up with a plan, each one of the cities?
So yeah, each one will have their own plan, each section of the plan.
Some deadlines, so it doesn't hang out there for 2 years.
Right, yeah, and my goal is to have the rest of the towns approve it this spring, by the end of the year, and then by next spring, have all of because the DNR is going to assist in identifying.
But then they'll have their locations.
Right.
Gotcha, okay. Yeah, that was my only question. Okay. Okay,
So that's really what I have.
okay. Do I have a motion to approve the 5-year disaster plan and the debris management plan, so I can move on to the other entities?
Motion?
I'll second that.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. Any other questions for Alex?
Nope.
Okay, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
I think
Carolyn, showed up.
Carolyn's on.
Okay, awesome. Carolyn. Treasurer's report. Good morning.
Gentlemen, good morning. Sorry to
Caroline.
keep you waiting. How's
No
everybody
problem.
doing?
Good.
Good.
How are you?
Thank you. Okay. First order of business is the treasurer's semi-annual report, which I just completed here in the last few days. So, once again, semi-annual report. This is covering the time period January 1st, 2024 through June 30th, 2024, which is part of our end of fiscal year balancing processes. The second page is last year's, just for that same time frame, if you want anything to do for comparison. I've highlighted the treasurer's ending balance on each one of those reports so that you can do a comparison of where we're at, and I have balanced that to the penny. So should be all good there.
Better than the last 2 years with the new software.
With the new software, that was a little bit more challenging, trying to incorporate everything and pull bits and pieces in from
Finally.
here and there. But yeah, we're great strides in that, and very confident with it now, so.
Right in balance is holding right in there, not deficit spending, so that's good.
And you know, and I was quite surprised, and Mark may be able to attest to this too, the end of fiscal year claims were not that much. Usually I kind of expect a little bit more inflated if anybody has, you know, something that they've been saving to purchase equipment or whatever the case may be. But the end of the fiscal year claims, which you guys approved too, were not anything very high, so.
Great.
Yeah, we've tried to standardize that over the last 8 years. and they were all over the place, and you'd get billed and they'd pay it, so we tried to do each one each month and work out with the vendors, so that's the same every year, so you know what's gonna happen every year versus paying a $30,000 bill in June one year, and the next year it's July. And so it throws everything off.
Right, because you never know what to expect, so I usually have a CD come and do about that time, so if we need to do something, then we can cash that in and pay our bills.
Okay.
I just, with your approval, I would need a motion to have that.
Sure. Yep. Any more questions for?
If you don't have any questions for me regarding that.
Do I have a motion to approve semi-annual report?
Motion?
Motion
Second?
by Bryce, second by Charlie. Any other questions? All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Motion carried.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Just a few highlights from my office. We had the tax sale last month. June 17th was our annual tax sale, which is held the third Monday in June every year for all county treasurers' offices across the state. Had that. This year, just a few statistics. We had, for 2024, we had 4 mobile homes that were unsold on the tax sale, totaling $429. In comparison to that, last year, we had 7 parcels or mobile homes totaling $477 that were unsold. This year, 2024, sold parcels or mobile homes, we had 72 that sold, totaling $93,000, a little over $93,000. Last year, the 2023 sold mobile homes and or parcels were 53 items, totaling almost $55,000. So a little bit less there. Our investors, the bidders, the ones who pay the property taxes, bid on the tax sale, register for it. Last year, we had 216 bidders. This year we had almost 100 more, 313 bidders.
That's good.
So, yeah, and it's not, the goal of this is not for the county to make money. We need to kind of break even. This is not, a money-making thing. Otherwise, we would be cited by the state for making money on the tax sale. But, everything costs to hold the tax sale. So we've been doing the online tax sale for several years now, and I'm so glad that we are.
So
works very
what
smooth.
happens to like the 4 that didn't get sold?
So I send out letters to those people, and hopefully they redeem them, or pay those taxes, not redeem, pay those taxes. If not, it goes to tax sale again next year, and then the county it goes as a public bidder, and then the county gets the tax sale certificate for it. Whether or not you choose to take the deed for it, that's never happened, but really, unless it's,
Yeah.
but
Okay.
yeah, and this year's mobile home. So I send those people reminder notices again, even though they've already received a delinquent notice in November, if they were delinquent at that time, again in May. And then just like with the tax sale certificates, those holders, I send out notice to those, so I also send out just a letter to the mobile home people, just reminder.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, and with the figures of, if they pay in June, if they pay in July, and if they pay in August, and then if after that time, then they just need to call our office. Or, for those that don't sell on the tax sale too, those people can also still make payments on it. Once it goes to tax sale, then they can no longer make payments on it. It has to be redeemed in full. So at least they have the opportunity to still make some payments on it if it's feasible for them to do that.
Okay.
Okay. Along with the semi-annual report, on the other part of the property tax side, we're in the process of doing all those fiscal year-end reports, balancing and procedures for the state auditors that will be coming here sometime in October. So getting in preparation for that and making sure that we have all our reports ready and balanced and everything for them. Also on the property tax side, we're in the beginning stages of preparing the property tax statements and proofing the levy rates with the auditor. Those will be going out mid-August potentially, as always, and with the first payment due September 30th. So in the process of doing those, so it's a busy summertime. Just want to point out that in doing some of my monthly reports. June was the busiest month yet this year in driver's license. So we are been very, very busy in driver's license. $1,900 in county revenues for the month of June. Typically that number is between $1,500 and $1,800 a month, but this last month in June it was about $1,900. So you'll see that on the report that I give you at the end of the year for those comparisons. Once we get Kelsey trained more and get her started in driver's license, she's my newest hire employee, started in April. She's doing great, as well as Miranda, who started back in October. As soon as we get Kelsey more trained in driver's license, that will free up a little bit more time for us to train Miranda in how to do the car drives. So that's our next goal in the office, is to get that training accomplished. Drives keep Shelly very busy. She's out doing drives again today, so especially, like I said, mentioned one time before at our meeting, parent-taught driver's education is keeping her busy with having to go out and do all those drives with those students, so. But that's
Awesome. Full
pretty
staff.
much, yeah, full staff.
Yeah,
that's
Yes,
great.
let's keep it that way.
Yeah,
Really?
exactly. Okay. Well,
All right,
thank you.
anything else, any
Appreciate what you do.
questions? Yeah,
Thank you.
all right,
Thank you.
yeah, thanks, have a great day.
Any other department heads out there that have any updates today?
No.
No?
No.
Okay, thank you. Supervisor committee reports, what do you guys have,
I have
anything?
none.
Okay, then I have a couple.
All right.
I'll start off, first one, had some great news last Thursday. Governor Reynolds announced a new program to help farm families who have been impacted by the recent natural disasters. In brief, the Disaster Recovery Farm Interest Program provides financial assistance to agricultural producers, owners, asset owners who are recovering from property damage and losses caused by the recent severe weather events. This program will reimburse 1 year of interest paid on eligible loans executed or amended after the date of the presidential disaster declaration for your county where damages occurred, and up to $50,000 of interest. This applies to any of the counties that had a federal declaration, and how to apply. Applications for assistance may be submitted through the iowagrants.gov, and after creating an account and logging on, you select the funding opportunities for the program. I just want to say a big thank you to our team of Alex Londo, Jordan Sanders, Jim Shelton, and Teresa Reichel. We all work side by side with the governor and our staff to help build this program, and it's been well worth it. And we're not stopping there. I actually had another conversation yesterday with the governor's policy person had called, and we're continuing to look at the income support program, and we're working with our federal delegation on trying to get some language cleared up with some eligibility issues with the USDA emergency grant program and SBA. I know working with the feds, this is going to take a little longer, and just so everybody knows, it might not help our producers this year, but it's something that's really caught their attention, that's been overlooked in the past.
Yep.
So we'll continue to work on that. Okay? Second thing I have is, as of yesterday, the IUB, a month ago, issued their ruling for Summit, and yesterday was the deadline for anybody to submit a motion to reconsider that ruling, and you have to state your reasons why. Well, there were, by my count, 10 motions from different organizations and landowners, anywhere from the Sierra Club to the Republican Party lawmakers to the Jordan landowners. Hardin County had a separate one, and Bold of Iowa, and then our intervention team of counties, there's 7 of us, we also submitted a motion to reconsider based off of 3 things. Tim Whipple, our attorney, submitted a 18-page brief, And just a quick summary, there was 3 things we focused in on that he provided evidence for. The first one is the county maintains that Summit has not met the requirements of Iowa Code 479B5. In particular, the counties argue that the requirements to state the relationship to zoning ordinances has not been met. They never address zoning ordinances in this ruling at all. The second one, the county maintains the commission's order makes legal and factual errors in determination of public convenience and necessity. They have to state the reasons why this serves a public purpose, and they didn't do that. The third one is the county maintains that Summit is not a common carrier, is not proposing a public use or benefit, and shall not be granted the rights of eminent domain. For all these reasons above, the county respectfully requests that the commission reconsider the final decision and order approving of the permit for Summit Carbon Solutions, particularly including the erroneous findings of fact and conclusion of law briefly restated here. So if anybody wants a full copy of this, I can get it to them. That's a really brief part of it. They only have 1 month, 30 days to reply back to this. And then from that, we will look, and before we do anything else, we'll have a Zoom meeting with Tim or have him come in to see where we go from there after we see what response they have from these motions. Okay?
Great.
Any questions from anybody out there on either 2 issues I brought up? Okay, thank you. We'll move on then. Todd Boleen, Shelby County Chamber Report. Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Just a few items to make note of. As we're getting through summer here now, the well child visits are open at Murtu Medical Center, so remember that these take place for athletic exams. They do need to call and make an appointment. They can call 755-4516. And a reminder to all the families out there that out on Murtu Medical's page, there's a pre-preparation physical examination form that they have to fill out, have that complete when they go in to have their child take their physical. So, but that's ongoing now, and of course they can always call if they have any questions on it. Friday, July 26th, we're finally going to have a ribbon cutting for Christian's Rise Donuts downtown. We've been trying to put that together for a little while, and we finally landed on a date that was going to work for everybody. A reminder that Tuesday night, August 6th, will be National Night Out, and that will be out at Veterans Memorial Auditorium from 5:30 to 7:30. We'll have some hot dogs and some popcorn and some cotton candy and some few other free things out there for the kids to enjoy, along with the Harlan Fire Department, Shelby County Sheriff's Department, LifeNet helicopter will be there, Shelby County Ambulance, and then we'll have vehicle displays. The kids can see the vehicles they use for response as well as the adults, and we'll have a rescue demonstration that'll take place also. So again, 5:30 to 7:30 on August 6th. We haven't done this for 5 years, but the last time we did it, we had a really good turnout and everybody enjoyed it. The Murtu Medical Center is starting their blood screening analysis now. They do need to call 755-4288 to make an appointment, and appointments are necessary. These will run starting August 13th through the 30th here in Harlan. And then they'll have dates also in Elkhorn early in Shelby that people can take advantage of. And then just this weekend, a reminder, we got a couple of shopping opportunities. It's always great to shop local. So here in Harlan, they'll be having their Crazy Days sales down on the square. And also over in Elkhorn, they'll be having their Crazy Days sales. So if you're looking for some clothes, some shoes, get a few items, make sure that you get out and take a look, because there'll be some good sale prices going on. Other than that, that's about what we have for the chamber today.
Annual meeting today?
Annual meeting is today, yeah. And so Looks like we have a pretty good turnout, and we'll introduce our board. We only had one board member change over. Amanda Miller left St. Croix and is going to school instead. So Callie from Elmcrest is gonna be joining our board, and she'll actually be a really good, strong board member.
Should be good.
Be a good addition, should be a good addition, so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Yep.
Next on the agenda, secondary roads report, possible utility permit consideration. Morning, Chris.
How is everyone?
Good, how are you?
Great, great. Don't have a whole lot today. Kind of as usual, first thing, a couple right-of-way utility permits I'd like you to consider. I've got, whoops, 3 in total. There's 2 from FMCTC.
How many?
There's 3 total. 2 from
total.
FMCTC,
Okay.
or 2 from FMTCC, and 1 from REC.
Okay.
FMCTCs, the first one, they're going to do some fiber, they're both for fiber bearing. The one is near F32 in Elmwood, and the other is M16 at 1600th Street. They both involved boring and plowing through the ditch, but boring culverts, creek beds, things like that.
Do they cross the roads at all?
Yeah, anything that is under is bored.
Okay. Okay.
Same thing with RECs, that will be bored also under Linden. I don't have any problem with them, they follow the rules and regulations and everything we always have, and I have all their forms prior, so.
No impact to?
No impact to other landowners, everything stays within the right of way.
Okay.
And then just a quick on RECs, that'll be for the new FS plant south of town.
Okay.
And all they're doing is going from the south side of the road, boring underneath to the new location for that. So,
Okay.
no problems with any of the 3 if you would like to approve them or if you want
So
to.
you recommend all 3 meet the qualification
Yes, please.
requirements? Okay. Do I have a motion to approve the 2 FMCTC and the 1 REC right-of-way permits?
Motion, second.
Motion by Charlie, second by Bryce. All those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Aye. Motion carried. Okay, thank you for bringing that to us.
Yeah. Just a quick update on what we have going. The bridge on 1100th west of Ginkgo is officially open. So, full traffic. It's a legal bridge again. Everything should be good to go. We are going to have it seal coated. We've been trying to seal coat the new decks just to give an additional wear surface, which I think is helpful. And that is hopefully going to be done this fall, depending on Stay Build if they have time to do it. Otherwise, probably first thing in spring. But bridge is open and fully functional, so that's one good one to have knocked out. Yesterday we did move equipment down to the Elkhorn Grove for the Park Bridge, so we should be starting down there as soon as we can.
Yeah.
Mid-American still needs to move the poles, but we can things we can do prior, so.
Okay.
Waiting on them just a little bit. The M16 pipe that had the issues from the flood water, we are starting out there. We've been dumping dirt off so we can make a dam around that pipe. I think the backhoe should be moved tomorrow. The crane is there. We'll lift out the old pipe with the crane and set the new one. So everyone driving will see some activity through there if they can be cognizant of the things going on. And there will be a few times when we'll have to one lane the road. So just ask everybody to watch for flaggers and anybody trying to direct traffic. So keep those to a minimum as we can, but it will impact the road just since we're so close. So
How long working day do you think?
I'm hoping, the new pipe is scheduled to be here the end of next week, so hopefully we can get the old one out, bedded, get the new one set. You could have, we could have 3 weeks into it.
Okay.
I'm hoping by next board meeting I have a better
Yeah,
better idea.
Just in case somebody calls or asks.
Yeah, and weather dependent. Now it looks like it's going to dry up again, which would be really good. I'd like to get it.
Not too hot.
Yeah, I'd like to get it in and done.
Yeah.
And it will take a little time. By the time we get a concrete head wall on it and we're going to put a concrete collar around it, there'll be some extra time. But like I say, generally the roadway will be completely open. It'll just be
Right.
hit or miss as far as one laning it, so.
Okay.
Just be cognizant. We are slurry leveling on some assorted areas throughout the county right now. The contractor's down on F58 between Tennant and Corley. They're running 2 crews, they have 2 flagger setups going all the time. Generally, they try and run 2 miles in each setup. So, kind of another thing for everybody to watch out with, we do have all of F32 is complete. So 58, the next piece will be from Corley to Elkhorn on 58, and then they do have east of Irwin yet on F24 to do. So it's up to them how they run. They'll skip around. So hopefully first part of next week maybe they'll be done. So not a whole lot longer on that contract. Again, weather dependent. So get them through. Last thing I've got, I did attend the mid-year engineers conference. It's always interesting just to see what's going on. And this year there's been a lot of weather issues, as everybody knows. So there's a lot of counties having difficulties and problems just from that. Plus discussing the funding issues with the state and caps and levies and things that are being changed. So we'll see going forward, however everything shakes out, and they're all trying to get things through the legislature too, or get things pushed so we can keep going and being productive for the citizens of the state. So yeah.
I do have a question. M16 overlay, I keep
Yeah.
getting asked a question. From 44 to F32, when will that be overlaid next? Is it next year?
The plan is for next year. Right now, we're still working on, there's a bridge in that section that does not have guardrail. Since we're using federal funds, it's the ideal time to update guardrails, and that's almost a requirement to get federal funding to do it. So we're still trying to formulate a plan to get the guardrail in place. There has to be some modification to the bridge, since it's an old standard, to adapt new guardrail to it. So hopefully that project will be let in February, this coming February, to be done this coming year, within 25.
And then,
And that will be from the north side of Shelby all the way to F32.
okay, that's what I was gonna ask. So then, is there any plans down the road to continue north in the future with overlay?
On the concrete portion?
Right.
Not as of present.
Okay.
I know the far north end.
I know it's not as
It's-
bad as this is.
No, the middle stretch is pretty good from 32 to Erling. You get north of Erling, some of that gets pretty
Uneven.
rough and pretty tough, and that's another thing. I've had discussion with other county engineers. They have the same 6-inch concrete pavement, and everything is taking a beating just from increased loads and increased amount of loads. And so at some point, you know, it's just been hard on it.
Yeah.
It was never designed for what it's taking as far as traffic. So at some point, yes, that northern stretch will have to be considered. There's some other pavements that are in worse shape yet, but
Okay.
yeah.
Okay. No,
So yeah,
helps me.
it's in my thought process.
Okay. Okay.
Anything else?
No. Thank you, sir.
Thanks,
Chris.
guys. Have a good day.
You too.
You do. Next on the agenda is set the hearing date for the master matrix for L&S Farms. Mark?
Yeah, what that is, there was a livestock facility damaged by the tornado. And they're rebuilding it, and they have to start all over with the master matrix
Yeah.
qualifications. And so you guys need to set a hearing date, and I'm suggesting August 5th at 9 o'clock. August 6th, I'm sorry.
August 6th.
I messed that up yesterday too.
August 6th, beginning of our
At
regular
nine.
meeting.
9
Okay.
a.m.
Okay.
And everything is available in the assessor's office because our assessor is our zoning
Yeah. he'll
administrator, so
verify
that's
the
why
numbers.
I changed that from auditor's office to his office, because he would be able to explain it, not I.
Okay. I would recommend when you talk to them that they have a representative here or the owners here in case there's any questions.
Get a hold of
neighbors or
Scott.
anything. Yep, for that meeting. Do I have a motion then to set that hearing date for LNS Farms for August 6th at 9 a.m.
Motion.
Second?
Motion by Bryce, second by Charlie. You have anything else, Mark?
No, other than, one thing, we have secured bids for the roof of the courthouse. They're very confusing.
Let's,
Yep.
I'm talking about just this.
No, I'm sorry.
Yeah, just this
Okay.
hearing date. Anything else on
Nope.
that? Okay.
No,
I have a motion, Charlie, or Bryce, second by Charlie. All those in favor
That's
say
correct.
aye. Aye, motion carried. Thank you. Okay.
sorry
Updates?
about that.
No, updates.
I'm getting ahead of myself. So we need a new roof on the courthouse. It's about 20 years old, about. And everybody agrees we need a new one. And I secured 3 bids, and there's about a 20% difference in the prices. And they're kind of fighting, the bidders are fighting back and forth with the details. And so I've written out some things that I presented to you guys before the meeting, saying this is how I'm gonna straighten them out, so they all specify
Try to.
how they're gonna do this. Because some are gonna replace copper, some aren't. I said, let's replace it all with new copper. Throw the old stuff away, because some of them said, oh, we'll try and reuse it. No, let's just get it right and do it right. It is the courthouse, I think we should do it right. And so I'm gonna ask them to put all new copper on,
I think they did that in '01.
okay? So it's over 20 years old.
Is it worth asking the option that they price it both ways? To use the old copper or not? What?
It doesn't lay nice.
Oh, okay. I'm
See,
just
it's
gonna
all
ask.
so nice and flat, and if you bend it and it's not flat anymore,
You got them
it-
crinkles in it.
yeah, the oil canning,
Okay.
things like
Okay.
that.
Then what about insurance? I mean, I know some wind damage caused some of that, and with the
Yeah.
recent storms.
We haven't heard anything from the insurance company, and I'll contact our agent
Yeah. Okay.
and see what they found out. And I'm sure everybody's busy with that stuff yet.
Oh, yeah. And
And after last night, they
we'll
said up in
continue to
Vale, they got 2-inch hail last night, so.
Yeah, there's
Bad winds.
pictures out, them holding the hail,
Yeah,
big as a palm in their
it's
hand.
everywhere.
Yeah, bad derecho went through the eastern part of the state. Yep. Okay, so you'll be
Yep,
bringing them the next meeting or two?
I hope so.
Okay, yeah. And then what we need to know, like I said, with the insurance in too. Is there anything else you guys have?
I do not.
Anybody have
No.
comments from the public? Okay, meeting adjourned. Thanks, everybody.